In January 1942, the Japanese army invaded Burma. Allied soldiers endured more than 3 years of brutal fighting in the jungles and hostile terrain.
Our war against the Japanese was not similar to the European war. It was completely different. In the European war, people knew really what they were doing because they had every equipment, they had everything to help them. As far as we were concerned, in the Far East, we were second best, and we only got supplies as and when the War Office decided that they didn't need them for Europe. War was not a war, it was more like a skirmish in the jungle. And if I say that you could be going along a jungle track and next door to you there was another jungle track, then you could be going past a Japanese unit at that time and you wouldn't know the difference.
Basil met his wife Madge in Burma. She was there working as a nurse in a Burmese hospital. For 6 weeks at a time she'd be sent forwards to deal with the injured from the front lines.
All you did there was work and sleep. You never went or got out of the thing. You were under canvas then. We didn't have bashes or anything there. We were under canvas on the side of a hill. But in that time, casualty clearing meant that you were taking boys off the lines who were whatever, lost an arm, lost a leg or whatever.
Basil and Madge are amongst the dwindling number of Burma veterans still alive to recount history firsthand. So too is Roy Miller. He was on board aircraft carrier HMS Indomitable, fighting off the suicidal tactics of Japanese pilots.
Frightful experience, these Kamikaze boys, because they were out to get you. There's no question they were going to die. They were already dead as far as they're concerned. Their main concern was to land on and do as much damage as they can. And my word, they did.
All 3 of these veterans are members of the Burma Star Association, founded in 1951.
The intention was it would be a place where old comrades could meet and keep in touch. And the other purpose of it was to make sure that we had some money to help people who needed help.
At its height, the association had 24,000 members.
The Burma Star veterans are very proud people. They don't tend to ask for help. But as they get older, they need help, and we do help people with wheelchairs and standard stair lifts and all the sorts of things we can do to try and make their life a bit more comfortable.
An opportunity came in the local paper.
Roy has been deeply involved for more than a quarter of a century.
Anybody who holds the Burma Star interested in forming a branch. And I replied to this, and I became a founding member of the Epsom branch of the Burma Star Association. And that was one of the nicest things I've ever done in my life. We had 26 years of lovely times together.
He said, well, we can both join this, we're both been out there, and we applied, and we were not far off the first ones, I don't think.
We were amongst the first.
Yeah.
Why did you want to join the association?
Because we wanted to stay. We wanted to stay together. Yeah. The units that we knew, the people that had come back with us, and there weren't a lot we knew, but the idea was to go and meet people.
There were thousands of others who, like Basil, Madge and Roy, enjoyed the camaraderie offered by the association.
It was a very major part of their lives, and not an easy part of their lives. It was a very difficult campaign. They lived in extremely harsh conditions and fought a very brutal enemy. There were some that wanted to forget about it, never wanted to think about it again, never discussed it, blanked it from their minds, and they probably didn't join the Burma Star. And there were those that found great comfort in being part of the Burma Star and got a lot of solace from the companionship that it gave them with people who actually understood what it was like to be in Burma.
But on VJ Day, the association is closing its doors.
Our branches are all closing. Our youngest veterans are in their late 90s. We can't just keep going.
How do you feel about the closure?
I think it's very sad.
I think it's sad as well.
But you see, you can understand it. I'm sure that we're the probably oldest couple still of Burma Star people.
So we have merged the Burma Star Association with the Burma Star Memorial Fund. And the Burma Star Memorial Fund will take on all the duties of the Burma Star Association in terms of benevolence, etc. But it will also go ahead with our new challenges, which is to fund scholarships at UCL. Now, these scholarships, I've said who's eligible for them, but they are for courses in human health, global health, and also in engineering. And we picked those two subjects because they're so relevant to the Burma campaign.
Life has to go on, and I'm sure it'll do its job. It'll keep the memory of all the boys who served out there. And I'm sure that the trustees who are now looking after the Memorial Fund will make sure that happens.
The Burma Star Memorial Fund has promised just that, to remind future generations of what these men and women endured.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.